everybody. That was some bio, right? I know because I wrote it. Hi, and good afternoon. I am delighted to be here with all of you and thrilled to be in the desert. I love the desert. So here's to Palm Desert Food and Wine. Thank you for having me. Yeah? Are you having a good time? The only problem I have is it's like midday Sunday and some of you look hungry. No? Okay. Did you know that we're live streaming this demo so people around the world can go to palmspringslife.com/live stream? Hi to the live stream. And so I think that deserves a selfie, so smile. Okay, got that done. Housekeeping finished. I am very glad to be here. It's been years since I've been back at Palm Desert Food and Wine. I'm a SoCal girl through and through. Did the Barbie ponytail give it away? And I love to cook and I live to eat. So for those of you that I don't know, I've had the privilege and the blessing of more than 20 years on national television and 17 on nationally syndicated radio. I grew up sitting on the counter in the kitchen watching my mother cook. She raised me single-handedly. She cooked like the army was coming to dinner. They never came. I don't remember everywhere we went, but I remember most of what we ate. And it was a glorious way to be brought up. We celebrated everything. We jumped up and down for every monumental occasion, and then we had a very big feast. And that's the way I live my life today. Sunday supper is very important to me, family dinner, and comrades and friends together. I really believe, and maybe more so now with the state of the world than any other, is the time when we connect. So that's what I do with food. And I'm grateful that you're here because I'm sharing my best spring menu. Because evidently spring has arrived in the desert. But I was in Cincinnati and Detroit a couple of weeks ago where it has not arrived. It was like cold and colder. And this menu they would have giggled at. But here it perfectly applies. So how many of you are based here in the desert, live here in the desert? Lucky dogs. Can we come stay at your house? Yeah? Cheers to that. Oh, I cook everywhere I go. I've been known to cook in a hotel room. So how nice is your casita? Oh, good, perfect. Okay. Cheers to all of you. As long as it's on the demo table, it's an ingredient. That's not my phone, but if it's yours, tell them you're busy. Yeah, okay. So you want to know what we're making? And you're going to go home and make all of these dishes and take all the credit. You don't have to say my name at all, I promise. This will make you a culinary hero. So this is what I serve for spring. As I mentioned, I am SoCal through and through. I'm a graduate of the Culinary Institute of America, as Alex generously mentioned, and I spent a lot of time working and training with Emeril Lagasse, who is an extraordinary man. Really? Just teasing. Take it. Tell them we're making a, where is it? We're making a cheese board in like just a sec. And I learned from Emeril so many extraordinary lessons, but one of them that stood out was that big, bold flavor makes a statement, because that's really what he was all about. And so I've used that lesson to sort of interweave one big, strong, bold flavor through my signature dishes. And I believe that everyone should have a signature dish. And I believe you should have a house wine. Like pick your favorite white and red that are reasonably priced and store them, whether you have a cellar or a coat closet or wherever it is, and those wines that you know are food friendly become your signature wines. And then you serve them when friends and family come over for dinner. These dishes apply to that same rule. This becomes your spring menu. And you just invite all your different friends every weekend, right? So I'm doing a composed board of burrata, prosciutto, some grilled melon. When apricots and stone fruit come into play, you're going to substitute stone fruit here. But in the interim, we're going to use this Charente melon. This is, beautiful melon in season right now that I absolutely love. And if you could smell the aroma of it. This beautiful board, this composed board, and we'll talk about boards in just a second, but this beautiful board is going to be dressed with a vanilla bean vinaigrette. I love vanilla. I love the floral, fabulous, bold, beautiful flavor of vanilla, and I weave it through into sweet and savory. So yes, it goes in dessert, of course, but I also put it in my brine for pork chops. I'll add it to a lemon marinade for chicken. And when you start to use it sweet and savory, it really comes alive. Now, I don't get paid by this company, but I like to support and endorse and use products that I love, that are full of quality, that are made with integrity, and this one happens to be. I was also raised by a single mom, and I'm all strong, smart, bold, pro-women, go girls. And this is a female-owned company that employs women in the Tonga to actually handle and produce from the vanilla plantations. This company is based out of New Zealand called HEIRLOOM, and they sent me stuff for you when all is said and done. This is vanilla paste. Vanilla paste is better than vanilla extract because it's everything delicious from what you scrape from the pod in a neutral gel. And it's like, I almost want to use it and then pass it around. Do you mind? Okay, I'll use it and pass it around. It's the end of my jar. Okay, want to pass it around? Stick your nose in it. Well, you know what? We're at the end of the jar. If you want to stick your fingers in it, that's up to you. It's crazy potent and beautiful and delicious, and I'm going to make it, use it in a vinaigrette. Next, we're going to do, and I'll get back to that board in just a second. Okay, I know you all showed me where the on was. Haha. Don't let the blonde fool ya. All right. Where are my Pacific sales friends? This is cool. My induction doesn't have such, Sean, my induction doesn't have such precise ability to regulate, monitor. Okay, I'm loving that. Can you bring this to, I need to upgrade. You're not helping. Can you bring this to my house? I like this. Okay, that's good. I'm loving that. We're going to make a pistachio pesto grilled shrimp, which is going to become your go-to spring summer entree. Could be a starter, could be an hors d'oeuvre, could be the entree when you pile it big off the grill with asparagus and grilled potatoes. Really good. And then we're going to gild the lily because life is short and you should eat dessert first, and make an amarena cherry trifle. I don't do trifle in a great big trifle bowl. I prefer my own trifle because I like to hoard it. So you pull your own wine glasses or goblets or pedestal glasses out of the bar in your home and make individual trifles. It's a wonderful way to serve them. Okay, so you're on board. All 3 dishes, less than 30 minutes. Yeah, it's like Beat Bobby Flay, which I just came off of, but a little different. I did not beat him. I will tell you, I had a fabulous time though, and I'm very proud of what I did. In the last 40 seconds, I made hollandaise, and even Bobby didn't think that I could pull it off, but I did, and it was an incredible experience. So, coming off of Cutthroat Kitchen, which was a little insane, just a little, you know. All right, let's do this. Olive oil. All right, here goes. So, you're serving on boards, right? Nod your heads. Okay, good. So they're all the rage, right? Quite the trend, per se. And I believe that every great cook should have some big, beautiful board. And that board is what you serve family style on instead of a platter today, right? So I go to, did y'all give me a towel? Oh, I found one. I go to this beautiful wood store near where I live, and I buy 4-foot and 3-foot and 6-foot boards that fit my dining room table. And I will set up a cheese board, or I will pour 4 feet of Chardonnay risotto down the center of it, stick a spoon in it, and let everybody serve themselves. It is a grand party, I will tell you. And it's really a wonderful way to serve. So I suggest that you get into the habit of serving on boards. 1, it makes presentation beautiful. 2, it makes cleanup fabulous. And 3, you don't have have to serve everyone a plate. Everyone serves themselves, and it sort of feels like an experience, and it's DIY, and everybody, you know, every chef I know loves if you take seconds. That's like the greatest compliment ever. But everyone eats at their own pace, and it's interactive, and I love that about it. So I brought a couple boards. I'm going to do mine on a bamboo board. This is just for if we had a few friends over. You could do individual boards like this on cedar planks, which I love. And then I have, as I said, 4-foot and 6-foot boards that I have put cheese for 50 out. Wedges and prosciutto and olives and Dijon. And, you know, that's like dinner on a board, right? You graze and you drink lots of wine, and then you have dessert, and then you go home. And then everyone wants to come back to your house all the time. So no matter the fruit, for this board, as I mentioned, stone fruit at the height of the season. But right now, this beautiful melon. One of the beauties of grilling fruit is that all that natural sugar comes out, and the caramelization gives you smoke and sweet and all the goodness. And I'm a girl at the grill. It's one of the things I love about grilling, is just that the natural flavor of whatever it is that you put on the barbecue is highlighted. So this board comes together really easily. Now, I know you're all foodies because you're here, but even those that don't cook can make a cheese board. Do you all know burrata? Yes, cheese from God, along with mango, fruit from God, and chocolate, my daily necessity. Like, I'd be good if that's all you served me. So I love burrata. For those that don't know it, it's the best of fresh buffalo mozzarella on the outside and creamy or extra heavy cream ricotta on the inside. Yes, how could it be bad? As I like to say, doesn't suck. I do rosettes with my prosciutto. Somebody was a little stingy with the prosciutto. This is usually what the chefs will stand in the back and eat, so they probably ate the ingredients, is my guess. It's possible. More burrata? Okay. Come on. How could you not want to eat that, right? A little bit of lemon juice or your favorite vinegar, whether it be like a champagne vinegar or a white balsamic. In with that vanilla paste. And some olive oil. Makes a vanilla bean vinaigrette. It's just that easy. Salt and pepper somewhere. What'd you think of that vanilla paste that we passed around? I know, don't you want to like lick the inside of the jar? So good. Salt and pepper, salt and pepper. Pepper, salt. Thank you. Asbestos fingers. Super simple, right? Totally easy. You would do this, right? Some fresh arugula. A board is all about filling space. So the olives, the Dijon, the fig jam on your cheese board is all about sort of connecting all the dots. I'm going to move that prosciutto up, do some baby arugula here, drag some in the back. Salt? Thank you. Thank you, Shaniqua. I still do that. My mother did that. She still does. And a little bit of that vanilla bean vinaigrette. I would put out French bread or ciabatta, crackers, gluten-free crackers, your choice. With your glass of champagne, don't you want to serve that? A super simple burrata, prosciutto, and grilled melon, baby arugula, vanilla bean vinaigrette board. Now, if you were serving this, I would come to your house. I would. I would come to your casita. Yeah. All right, champagne and a board to start. How are we doing? Okay. Phone eats first. Everyone in my life knows that. And so if we haven't dined together lately and you sit down like at a restaurant to eat with me, the people that know me well will now yell at the other people. And they're like, no, she hasn't shot it yet. Like, is that how it sounded when I said it? Whoops. And then somebody hollered at the table recently, phone eats first. Like, well, y'all are listening, aren't ya? All right. You're making pesto at home, right? You're growing basil at home. Copious amounts of it. Well, you are now. Oh, is it bugging you? I can close it. Thank you. All right, here goes. Can you see this? Oh, I just saw myself. That's fun. Okay, good. So, super simple. Let's get these started. Do y'all know induction? Do y'all have induction at home? Okay, for those that don't know induction, you have to use a proper pan for it because it works actually with a magnet reaction, but it looks like what you know of electric, essentially, but I can boil water in 2 minutes flat. So the heat source is amazing, and up until now, until I've seen this very exacting ability to adjust the temperature, that was the only challenge with induction. It was either like crazy hot or really low. So this is the amazing ability to now adjust the temperature. And induction started in the catering side of things for chefs that would work on what was like a big square portable burner, and you could cook fast and quickly and sort of, a la minute, as we call it. And now Pacific Sales offers a bevy of stovetops like this that you can put in your own home. And if you do a lot of quick cooking or wok cooking or pasta or so on, I say get induction or mix induction and gas. I happen to love a gas flame, but I still have induction. So we'll make a quick pesto. This pistachio pesto is really delicious on shrimp, and it is especially wonderful on chicken. And it is such a good garlic bread spread. If you use it for nothing else, blend it into softened butter. Oh yeah. And then throw the garlic bread on the grill and then pour yourself a glass of Chardonnay. Yeah. Have you all heard my caramelized onion story? Did I ever know? For those, no. It's a good story. It has nothing to do with this at all. This is a quick fix recipe, but I make caramelized onions for everything. So like I'll do a crostini bar during the spring or summer. I'll make pistachio pesto like this, set out pesto, caramelized onions, sun-dried tomato pesto, tapenade, all of that, and then put out crackers and bread, and that's what everybody feasts on. It's crostini all afternoon long. And the caramelized onions, they take about 40 minutes or so, right? A little bit of patience, but good things come to those who wait. So I call them 1.5 glasses of Chardonnay caramelized onions. Because in the amount of time that we talk and drink, it takes 1.5 glasses of Chardonnay to make caramelized onions, right? When I learned to make gumbo from Emerald the first time, he said to me, we're gonna make a 2-beer roux. And I remember thinking to myself, dumb girl, don't say anything, and I didn't. But I went over the ingredients in my head, and I knew there wasn't any beer in roux. So he said, 2 beers, Jamie. And I was like, okay. Opened the top of 2 beers, handed me a beer, had a beer himself. By the time we each got through 2 beers, the roux was done. Glass and a half of Chardonnay caramelized onions. Basil, pistachios, lemon zest. This is a dump, by the way, and this is the way that you use up everything from your garden. It doesn't just have to be basil. It can be basil and mint and parsley. It can be, during the colder weather months, rosemary sage pesto that gets rubbed on lamb and then finished in the oven. I mean, there's lots of wonderful ways to use up the bevy of whatever season it is. And I happen to love basil blended with another herb. So, lemon zest, garlic, pistachios, basil, copious amounts of Parmesan cheese, some lemon juice, salt and pepper. That's smoking. It's just so easy. Why not make it, right? And keep a mason jar of pesto in the fridge and use it for the week. And mix it with a little bit of mayonnaise. Next time you need a spread for a sandwich, so good. And olive oil. So as I like to say, through the magic of television, right? You get pesto. Now, good pesto takes more olive oil than you think. Oh, I love when this happens. I say pistachio pesto grilled shrimp, and they arrive. That's fabulous. There's pistachio pesto grilled shrimp on its way to you. See, I told you looked hungry. Yeah. Pesto needs more olive oil than you think. Any great Italian will tell you that good pesto is made with a good, copious amount of olive oil. So pour a little longer than you think. Make the pesto, marinate the shrimp. They take really not more than 30 minutes or so to absorb flavor, but I leave them in the fridge like that for at least a day. And then skewer them with a cherry tomato or 2. If you do just one great big shrimp, then you essentially have what is an appetizer portion. If you use a longer skewer, I don't know if you can see that on camera. If you use a longer skewer, a couple or a few shrimp with heirloom cherry tomatoes or whatever you find at the farmer's market, goes right on top of a great big beautiful arugula salad, or as I mentioned, grilled asparagus, grilled potatoes. You'd eat that for dinner if I served that to you, right? Oh yeah, yes, chef. See, now you've been trained well. Yes, chef. My man is in the back laughing because he says the same thing. Yes, chef, yeah. Are you CIA 72, did you say? Very cool, glad to meet you. What's your name? Robert, it's a pleasure. CIA Hyde Park, I'm giving away my age. 94. Seems like a long time ago. Whether it's a grill pan or the barbecue or a sauté pan, these skewers get grilled just until the shrimp are cooked through and no longer translucent. And yours are coming around, and you'll let me know what you think. All right, how are we time-wise? Oh, we have time for dessert. Oh, thank gosh. Yes, please. Okay, so Shaniqua, where are the shrimp from? So they came from a wholesale distributor. So you must have a fishmonger here somewhere, or maybe not. But you can order shrimp online. So here, let's have a conversation on shrimp. And I wish we had longer, because you know when I started on the radio, what I loved was I was live and I would take your cooking questions, and we made barbecue sauce and we talked about shrimp. And I don't get as much time that way. So I will offer you my email address at the end of this, and we can dish electronically or through social media or otherwise, and I'll take all your questions and I'll send you all my best recipes. Let's talk shrimp for a second. Shrimp are graded by size, and it's counterintuitive. The smaller the number, the bigger the shrimp, right? Because they're graded by how many per pound. So if they're gargantuan and delicious, are these 12/16s? 8 12s. Okay, so 8 to 12 shrimp per pound makes them, were they good? Yeah, like really yummy and big and gorgeous. So you always want to look for the lowest or the smallest number in the sizing when you're at your gourmet supermarket or your fishmonger. Today, most of the shrimp, whether they're Mexican whites that come from Mexico or shrimp from around the world, they are all frozen on the boat. They are what we call IQF, individually quick frozen. It's how you buy frozen berries. So to tell you to go search for fresh shrimp here in a small size doesn't really make sense. I would tell you to find the best distributor online that will sell at retail to a consumer and order your shrimp. They will be sent to you frozen. You will thaw them, not in water. Do not waterlog them. Put them in a strainer and let them sit in the fridge. And by the way, marinate them from frozen, because when they thaw, the pores open up and they absorb whatever flavor you're feeding them. See, your life just got better, like just right now. Yeah, good. And then find a shrimp you love if you use them a lot and you want to show big, beautiful shrimp to everybody, and then go that way. Does that answer your question? Long and well-rounded, but yeah. Let's make dessert really fast, okay? Okay. Here we go. We're just going to do it rustically. Some lady fingers. Here, dessert for me. Dessert for you. So these are not the Italian crispy ones, although I like those, but they take more patience. You have to wait for them to soak. I like instant gratification. Dessert now. So espresso, not enough brandy, some sugar. That's not the brand, that's my opinion. Not enough brandy. This'll do. This'll do. To soak the lady fingers, espresso and brandy and a little bit of sugar. See, now they're happy and drunk. It's perfect. Whipped cream, sweetened with a little bit of powdered sugar, and mascarpone, right? Because the rich get richer. That's why. What ratio? 2 to 1 heavy cream to mascarpone. Okay? Shaniqua, I'm desperate for a smaller spoon or I'm going to make a gargantuan mess. Is there a tablespoon around? Gargantuan mess it is. Where? Oh, no. Like actual teaspoons. No, I know. Like silverware. But that's all right. Gargantuan mess. Sure, mascarpone is like Italian cream cheese. And it comes in a container in the gourmet cheese section of your favorite supermarket. And it's delicious. And I use it for lots of good stuff, but it's what you know from tiramisu. Ah. Yes, the mascarpone epiphany, we call it. Amarena cherries, everybody knows them? Yes. Yes, because you like a Manhattan. And so, Amarena cherry juice and chopped Amarena cherries. The Amarena cherry syrup is like, I don't know, I like to say it's good enough for your belly button. Wow, we saw that Chef Jamie girl. She was so mouthy. Shaniqua, this mess is your fault. All right. Shaniqua runs this demo stage, ladies and gentlemen. She lets us all come in and play, and then we're done. Yeah, a round of applause for her. When we're done making a mess, we go, bye, Shaniqua. Glad to see you. See you at the next festival. Thanks. And it looks like this, right? She's a goddess. Some chocolate shavings. If it was prettier, would you eat it? I like to put the mascarpone into a piping bag or use a teaspoon, as in from your silverware, please, and make trifle just like that. You can make them in advance and keep them in the fridge. You can make them little or big. What? Hardly, right. Or you could make it and eat it just like that. But I think that those are 3 good dishes for spring, right? You've got a board, you've got pesto shrimp, you've got some dessert to end the afternoon or evening sweetly, and I am very grateful to have an opportunity to cook with you. So thank you for having me. I'm Chef Jamie Gwen. Please follow on social or send an email. I will send the recipes to you directly, and you can see my daily dish at Chef Jamie Gwen. The website is chefjamie.com, and I'll see everybody on the radio. Thank you again. Thank you.